Nice That You Look At, Hoax, a song by the American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift from her 8th studio album, Folklore, 2020. Swift wrote the track with its producer, Aaron Dessner, as the last track written for the album. A minimalist piano sentimental ballad and a chamber track, Hoax, is about a flawed but everlasting relationship. Swift describes the details using motifs, religious imagery, and impressionistic storytelling. Some music critics praised Hoax for its production and lyrical imagery, while others deemed it unremarkable. Commercially, the track reached the national charts of Australia, Canada, and the United States, and received certifications in Australia, Brazil, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. Swift recorded a stripped-down rendition of Hoax as part of the documentary film Folklore, the Long Pond studio sessions and its live album in 2020, and performed it once on piano at the Eras Tour in 2024. Taylor Swift began working on her 8th studio album, Folklore. She let her imagination run wild during the isolation, resulting in a collection of imageries that became Folklore. Swift wrote the album's 16th track, Hoax, with its producer, Aaron Dessner. It was the last track written for the album. Swift wrote its lyrics days before Folklore's release, and they both agreed that it should be included on the album. She advised Dessner not to try to give it any other space other than what feels natural to before he developed its production. He recorded the track with its mixing engineer, Jonathan Lowe, at Long Pond Studio in the Hudson Valley, and additionally played acoustic guitar, electric guitar, Opus 1, and synth bass. Laura Sisk recorded Swift's vocals at Kitty Committee Studio in Los Angeles, and Randy Merrill provided mastering at Sterling Sound Studios in New York City. Rob Moose served as the orchestrator and played violin and viola. Hoax is the final track on the standard edition of Folklore, which was surprise released on July 24, 2020. Swift recorded a stripped-down rendition of the track in September 2020 for the documentary film Folklore, the Long Pond studio sessions and its live album. On June 28, 2024, she performed Hoax on piano as part of a mashup with her song, Sweet Nothing, 2022, at the first Dublin show of the Eras Tour, 2023-2024. Hoax is 3 minutes and 40 seconds long. It is a slow-paced piano sentimental ballad and a chamber track written in the waltz tempo. The track incorporates a minimalist production, a downbeat arrangement, percussion, muted strings, and double-tracked vocals. Paste's Grace Byron described it as blistering hymnal, and Slate's Carl Wilson thought that it evoked the naked intimacy of Joni Mitchell's music. The lyrics describe a flawed but everlasting relationship and the narrator's belief in a faithless love. Swift details the messiness of the relationship using motifs, religious imagery, and impressionistic storytelling. The first verse features lyrical references to other tracks in Swift's discography, such as Holy Ground, This Has Frozen My Ground, and Look What You Made Me Do, My Smoking Gun. According to Business Insider's Callie Algrim, Swift compares the trauma of the backlash she experienced in 2016 to the suffering inflicted by the narrator's relationship with her partner. You knew it still hurts underneath my scars, from when they pulled me apart, but what you did was just as dark. The narrator demonstrates her commitment to her lover even through the toughest times. Don't want no other shade of blue but you, no other sadness in the world would do. Hoax ends Folklore with a despondent note during the outro. Music critics generally praised Hoax for its production and lyrical imagery. Business Insider's Courtney LaRocca called the song sneakily brilliant and Algrim found much of the lyrics beautiful and devastating. They both lauded the lyricism and placed the song at number 13 in their ranking of the album's 17 tracks. Michael Sumsian from Pop Matters lauded the production elements and Swift's vocal delivery as convincing and textured. Punch Liwanag from Manila Bulletin picked the lyric, "Don't want no other shade of blue but you, no other sadness in the world would do," as one of Folklore's lines that evoke an imagery and its corresponding emotion. While Hannah Yasharoff and David Oliver from USA Today deemed the lyric, "You're faithless love's the only hoax I believe in," one of the best lyrics in Swift's discography. Some critics considered Hoax and its narrative unremarkable. NME's Hannah Milrea deemed it the least memorable track on Folklore. And Pitchfork's Jill Mapes regarded it as one of Folklore's songs that could use some selective pruning. John Woolmacher from Beats Per Minute dubbed the track disappointingly clinical, while Michael Wood of the Los Angeles Times considered the narrative unremarkable. Teen Vogue's P. Claire Dodson deemed Hoax an odd closing track. Hoax reached the national charts of Australia and Canada. The former's Australian Recording Industry Association gave it a gold certification for surpassing 35,000 track equivalent units. In the United States, the song reached number 13 on the Rolling Stone Top 100 chart and number 71 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. It additionally entered at number 14 on the Billboard Hot Rock and Alternative chart, where it stayed for 9 weeks and appeared at number 62 on the chart's 2020 year-end. The track peaked at number 62 on the audio streaming chart in the United Kingdom. Hoax received gold certifications in Brazil and New Zealand, and a silver certification in the United Kingdom. This is the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.